There's this common notion on the internet, and I fell for it myself too. And this common notion on the internet is that, more sort of stigma, everyone's saying, for women to be attracted to you, you need to essentially treat them like shit. Now, is that true? Well, yes and no. Okay. And I say that because there are types of women, and this usually links down to the past that they've lived. And this goes back to the parenting. And when I talk about the past, the environment. I'm not a psychologist, but I studied basic psychology. How? From the internet. Of course, it doesn't take a genius to understand. And it doesn't take a genius to educate you on some basic psychology. So let's get into it. So I'm no expert. I'm just telling you experience that I've researched and managed to gain an understanding of it. A short one, put in place. Anyway, so yeah, depending on the environment that the woman grew up in, let's say her parents were abusive and they treated her like shit. This is something about people that we just have in general. No matter what, when you're looking for a spouse, whether that be a man or a woman, in this tone context, we wouldn't be talking about women, because what the title says, we're always gonna go to what seems familiar, right? Whether they treated you good or bad, that's gonna be your perception of what from the woman's perspective a man should be, right? So if you treat your daughter like shit when you're young, you're abusive, you're alcoholic, you just say bad names, you leave her, you're abandoned all the time. People always say, oh, a father's presence doesn't matter. Oh, a father just needs to work on his business. Bro, do you truly think children give a fuck about your work? They don't even understand the concept of money when they're little. They don't. They don't understand the concept of money. They just want your presence. And that's what they should need. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the internet people are very toxic nowadays. And they're inflicting their past childhood traumas onto you. The people who say, "Oh, women like men who treat them like shit." The women from the bad households are into that. Any normal woman out there who has intelligence and has been raised around a good environment, a good set of parents with good morals, who are non-abusive and didn't inflict any traumas onto the children, who have a healthy state of mind, if you will, but they're smart enough to know they don't need to go after that stuff. Why would they? There's no need to want to go to that bad environment. Why would you? Because you're assuming you're raised in a good household, and hopefully those morals are installed. The good morals are installed to chase what feels familiar, and that would come from your parents being good, right? So this stigma, the internet, that you need to be this bad boy, is probably from broken women, and they're just inflicting their own childhood traumas onto you, and that can apply from both the male standpoint and the female standpoint also. I think it's superficial. Someone's been raised in a household that's relatively good. Now I've had a absent father for the past 15 years, nearly 15 years, so it's very unfortunate. And this isn't to say that if you're on a single parent household, you cannot recover from these type of things. You most definitely can. And, I'm proof as someone who's level headed and is willing to learn and study the past and just people in general to avoid these bad things happening to my personal life in general and onwards. And actually, when I do have kids myself, it's good to have these morals in check. So, to answer the question of the video, or the title, do women like men who treat them like shit? Only the bad, broken women. But one who is raised in a good house, a girl is raised in a good household with good parents, and this is why it's so crucial that we need to become very good parents and study, because I feel like a lot of parents, they do wing it. They're winging it. They just have sex. They're not really thinking about the repercussions. Now, don't get me wrong, sex is normal, but a lot of people, they're not mentally ready. And I'll end it off by saying this: everyone are good parents. However, every baby deserves a good mother and father. So that answers the question. And we always go to what seems familiar, right? And sometimes, man, in some situations, it be your parents that are not really the best role models. There may be a friend or someone similar that really just resonates with you. So maybe a grandmother or maybe even if you're adopted, if you view that person as a influential parental figure who's played a massive impact in your life. And so long as you view them as someone who's inflicted good morals onto you, well, from that perspective, you will chase someone familiar. You will chase someone familiar, but to want to be as closest to that parental figure as possible. I believe that's how it should work. So, from that woman's standpoint, to answer the title of the video, you know, only the damaged are attracted to people that treat them like shit because it just really goes to show their self image. And I don't think the parents truly realize the impact of the bad parents, of course, don't truly realize the impact of their actions. And in some scenarios, they don't truly realize until they grow older. And when they grow older, it's too late. So we need to instill those morals now. It's really important, man. Very, 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 very important. It's just not a joke, man. And a lot of people wing it. They're not educating themselves on how to be a good mom, how to be a good dad. And this is what we need to do in this generation, starting from now. Because then the cycle will just repeat and it will never ever end. People just passing on the childhood traumas. I could go all day. But I like making my videos a lot more shorter. If you do want me to delve into more detail, my thoughts on the matter, I'd love to. Comment below, of course. Always be, or I read all comments. Let's go. So, yeah, that's what I have to say for now. I think this is over 5 minutes. I kind of fucked up. But, yeah, we're going to work on our discipline with being strict with the time. But that's all I have to say for today. Take care. Peace, brother.